Hi everybody, Sanbonani. Welcome to Reality Buzz TV, where we talk about all things reality TV shows and all things reality TV show stars. So listen, you guys, I'm still watching SingoZungu Thinah, which is SingoZungu, the gospel singers reality show. It's a reality show about his family. Okay. Now, you guys, I think I'm getting old because I'm a little bit too sensitive now. Okay. Like I'm watching TV and I'm sensitive to stuff that I never used to be sensitive about. And here's the thing, you guys, it's very hard when you have these reality TV shows where kids are part of a reality show and then they have to show scenes where you feel like young kids are being used on a reality show because it's a reality show, so obviously kids are part of their lives. Like Thinah has young kids, so obviously part of his life is part of his storyline is how his kids are doing. But sometimes you feel like they are using kids for the storyline, which feels a little bit like exploitation, so I'm uncomfortable with the, especially like the younger kid, and how they are trying to get him to talk about how he's feeling about the break in the house, how he's feeling about the fact that his father works a lot, how he feels when he's not around in the house, and how they're trying to get that information out of him, how he's having dreams and bad dreams and all of that. And I don't know, it makes me uncomfortable, you guys. It makes me uncomfortable. That's why I'm like, listen, am I becoming an old, bitter woman that is just too sensitive now? Okay. I honestly, you guys, I felt uncomfortable watching that scene. So Uzama, Tina's wife, took out the youngest son, and they were just having that conversation about how he's feeling. I did say, you guys, that they have a very different dynamic when it comes to their kids because they have three kids. It's a daughter, the son, and then the son is the last born. Now, the middle child, which usually is the one that would not be getting attention, is the one that is getting a lot of attention because the middle child, Undumiso, is the one that is a singer and travels with his dad. So not only is he getting a lot of attention from his parents, Utina and Uzama, but he gets a lot of attention from, the public. And then the firstborn ends up having to look after the lastborn because Utina and his wife are very busy. Utina with the music, he's traveling and all of that. And then the mother is a preacher at church. So the firstborn ends up looking after the lastborn. And so the lastborn, which usually the lastborn gets a lot of attention, is not getting so much attention because the parents are usually busy, gets only the attention from the firstborn. Okay, so the dynamic is interesting in that way. So I did like that the mother is like conscious of that. So she's trying to give him the attention, taking him out, trying to find out how he's feeling about because they did have that break in the house and all of that. But the fact that the cameras were there, what she's trying to do, that is what made it uncomfortable. But at the same time, they're shooting a reality show. So I don't know, you guys. I know that in America they do have laws that guide how the putting off children in reality TV shows and how they're supposed to do with the money that the children are making when it comes to the reality TV shows. We're supposed to put it in the trust and what, and then when they're 18, the children can access the money. I don't know. I've never seen anything when it comes to South African children being on these reality shows. Okay. Do they even pay them? Okay. Do they put money aside for them being shown on reality TV shows? For all we know, only the parents are getting paid for such things. So when I see children shoot scenes that are sensitive like that, I just do wonder, you guys, because they're going to grow up and then that thing is just all going to stay there on Mzansi Magic, and then on Showmax forever and ever. It's such a sensitive scene that a child has shot. You understand what I'm saying? So as much as it's a good scene, but it's like it was just making me uncomfortable. And then we also did see the whole family, which I thought was fun, you guys. The whole family went on like a mini tour kind of a situation. Thinah had like 3 gigs that he had to do. I think I saw that they went to Mpangeni, and then I don't know where the other two gigs were. So he was supposed to have 3 gigs on the same day. So they just made it like a trip for the family. The wife, the kids were there. They went, and on their way they would go to one gig and then another one, okay, where they will go and perform. And I thought it was a fun thing for the family to do, even though, obviously on their way they would have issues. They get there, and then, the organizers of the events, they're not, they're not organized. He doesn't know where he's supposed to go. We can't find the organizer. I like that, you guys. Thinah is all about work, okay? Like, listen. Wherever you need me to perform, at the mall, at the shopping center, on the streets, at the robots, at the whatever, as long as you paid me what you need to pay me, I'm going there to perform. Okay, so he's not like he's not arrogant or has pride about where he's supposed to be. Wherever he needs to perform, okay, he can be at the FNB whatever arena, and then he can be at the street robots. Okay, if you paid him what he is worth in terms of like the price, he's going to be there performing, and then I guess that's what makes him successful. And wherever he is, people like him, people love him, and that's what he said. We'll see. Yeah, now he takes the job, he performs, you pay him, and then there he goes. Okay, and I guess that's what keeps him going, because sometimes you guys, artists can get to a point where like, at the mall, at somebody's birthday party. I don't do birthday parties. I don't think it's like that. It's like, listen, this is my price. Can you pay it? Okay, I'm coming. Okay, grandma's birthday party. Yes, as long as you can pay in corner lap. Okay, I thought it was fun, you guys, especially because the wife had been complaining about how he's gone for a long time, and sometimes, so it was a good thing that they all could take a trip together. Okay. And but I think that especially the girl, the daughter was like, listen, I'm never doing this one again. It was just too much. Especially because they had to experience the challenges that they normally experience with Ndumiso or on the road, with everybody being there. But I thought it was nice for everybody to experience it with them, so that they can get that experience together. Okay, we also did see this one. This last scene was just a weird one. Ndumiso, the son that sings with dad, took the other siblings for an ice cream. They get there, they buy the ice cream, but then when they wanted to pay with cash, the shop was like, they don't take cash, they only take cards. But Ndumiso didn't have a card. I'm like, what shop doesn't take cash? Like, what ice cream shop doesn't take cash? Where? I was like, that thing was set by the producers. So then they take the ice cream, call the mother to say, the shop doesn't take cash. The mother was like, okay, don't worry, we're coming. But the mother never comes to pay for the ice cream. So he ends up having to pay by singing at the ice cream shop. I'm like, sometimes the producers were setting up something that just doesn't make, like, nonsense stuff. Like that whole thing doesn't make sense. Like, there's a shop that doesn't take cash, only takes card, and then the mother, and then if you call your mother and say, Mom, I only have cash, and they say they don't talk, the mother is gonna be there. So the whole thing doesn't make sense. And then at the shop they're like, if you sing for us, then you won't have to pay. Like, what does that ever happen? That whole thing just didn't make sense. So then there was that weird exchange between Ndumiso. The thing about Ndumiso, like I said, was that they have a very weird dynamic, because Ndumiso is the famous one, is a male child, younger than the girl, but sometimes he acts like an older brother to the girl, because he beyond some, you need to focus on school, and don't focus on the boys, and don't be on these WhatsApp chat groups, because now you're going to focus on the boys and what to the girl, and the girl is the older, she's the big sister. Situation, which is weird, you guys. Listen, you guys, I do wonder what Thinah and Zama have in place for Ndumiso to make sure that he is still focused on school. I would like to hear from them what they put in place for him to still be focused on school, because it looks like they really do a lot of touring. Like, they are all over the place. They travel a lot, and that can be a lot even for an adult who does not have to go to school. And I do wonder, and he did say this, I think it was the first episode, where he said he feels like he's lacking in school, and they haven't addressed it. They really haven't talked about it in terms of what they're going to have to do to support him to do well in school. So I really would love to hear what they are putting in place for him to do well in school, because I think that it's still important. He's still young, you guys. He might even decide, yes, he can sing, and he can sing well. He's talented, definitely he's talented. But since he started so early, the touring, the traveling, the singing, he might just decide at some point, as you know what, I've done enough of this. Can I just do something else? So I do feel like it's important that he still goes to school, So I think that on the show, I would like to see, them, put more effort or show us how they are going to address that issue for the family. Listen, it was nice that in this episode we didn't see no Ketlelezi, we didn't see no Mfundisi Ushanja, because the show is about the Zungus. So now and then they need to remind us what the show is just about the Zungus, so that we don't feel like the show can never survive without Dr. Ketlelezi. The show can never survive without the extras. It is about them, okay? But I do, like I've said before, I do want to see extended family. I want to see their mother-in-law, father-in-law. I want to see, does Thinah have a brother, a sister? Does Uzama have I want to see other friends. So yes, you guys. But this show is still watchable. I think that they're just a lovely family to watch, you guys. They are just a lovely family to watch. I am definitely enjoying them. Thank you so much for watching. Tell me what you think about this episode in the comment section. Like the family, because I like the family. Love the video before. Like the video before. You're gonna share it with your friends, with your family, and even with strangers in the tanda. Cool.